Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Marvel Future Fight V690 live stream. And I say live stream so weirdly because we are live. I am so happy to be here with you all
Okay, good.
right now. I am actually right here at home, but as we all know, I'm not the only part of this stream, this live stream. And we have a lot going on today because the basis of V690 is Defenders and Eternals. We
Hey,
have a
Comic Guy,
new
what's up,
character
buddy?
coming your way in the form of Icarus, our very first Eternal here. And we have uniforms for your four favorite Defenders, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and of course, Daredevil. You can earn rewards by watching this stream here today. All you have to do is keep watching
Hey,
and wait
Tyson,
until the end
Master,
for
what's up,
the
guys?
survey link to pop up. If you're not seeing it, please refresh the place where you are watching this stream currently, and you will likely see it then. Then all you'll have to do is get your ID by going in-game to Settings, Info,
It's early
and
for me,
hitting
Comic
Copy.
God.
That way you'll have everything you need
I
to
was
make
sleeping
sure
good.
we get the right reward to the right agent. That's you, I hope. All right, we have a lot to get into today, so let's get it started. First, check out this video.
Okay, let's look, boys. Let's look. Icarus. I saw damage accumulation, Daredevil. Ooh. Okay. Saw small defense down, I think. Oh.
All right, that was some fun action. And speaking of fun, it's my friend Cage
Looks like
here,
the dragon from Iron Fist
outer
is going to be in
space.
the Awakened skills.
Yep, certainly glad to see you. Space is a little bit cold here, but I gotta say, luckily we have ourselves a little jacket he was wearing. But I gotta say, yeah, I like your style. I like you have a nice little jacket there too.
Thanks, Cage. It's almost as if you saw it earlier and then put on a different leather jacket.
Well, I didn't steal your style. I was going to say I saw it earlier and I felt inspired. And I gotta say, I mean, like, think about it. We have an update featuring the Defenders, which have a stylish.
Yeah, Iron
Fist
Fist's going to get an Awakening. Definitely looks like it.
An update with style, then to be stylish.
Looks like Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica.
It makes so much sense. All the sense.
Pretty much what we predicted.
I missed you, buddy. We have a lot to get into. And of course, you are our guide for all the new update information. That's right. I'd like it if we could get it going.
All right. So we do have a lot of information to share with you today. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. Just bear with me because, as I said, we have a lot of information to dive straight into. So we're going to go ahead and start off by taking a look at Jessica Jones.
Yes, and I do want to remind people that this build that we are
working off
of right now is not necessarily going to have the same
Man, Luke Cage looks way more Hoss.
And
hell yeah, Iron Fist looks
as
awesome.
The final build, which you will receive.
That's right. So some of the information we might show may all be in the update. Some of it may not be. So just go ahead and, like I said, stay tuned and bear with us. So as you can see, Jessica Jones has a very far different new look. It's a bit of a classy but heroic look. Kim, what can you tell us about the new Jewel uniform?
Well, it's a new look, but it's also an old look for Jessica Jones' story because she started her superhero career as a classic costumed hero by the name of Jewel. This is before she became the more hardened defender that we know of her to be now as a private detective who will be there for anyone.
That's right. So this the basic of her look. Let's go ahead and dive right in. But before we do, we give a brief little explanation regarding little perks that come with the uniform. So because it's, of course, a new uniform, some new passive skills are changed. So, for example, two changes that come to her uniform are for her telepathic resistance and power woman skills. For example, for her her telepathic resistance, not only does she continue to gain her 100% immunity to mind damage, she also gains a 50% buff to her all attack stats. In addition to that, she also gains a 25% HP recovery when she's below 35% health. Again, those percentages and numbers may change later on, but that's just a tad bit for opening up how the
nice.
It's a lot of attack. Those are the passive skills. We know you want to see the actual skills in action. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right. So you can see she's already good to go. Let's take a look at her basic skill. Yeah, basic, she's a brawler. She's a combat character. This uniform comes with 6 new skills. Let's go ahead and open up and gather everybody in, have them all grouped together a bit. I'm actually going to refresh for a brief moment. There you go.
This is live, folks. This is the proof.
This is live. This is where all the fun action happens. Let's go ahead and open up with her first skill. Right, you see, leaves enemies in a bit of a stun. This is the first skill. Nothing too flashy, but this is referred to as the jewel pin spin kick.
It's very fast.
Right, of course, then leaves enemies stunned. No additional stats there. Let's go ahead and open with the second skill. This is the sleek punch storm. Take a look at that one more time. You can see she dashes about and then punches the enemy. So not only does she leave the enemy with a bit of a fractured state, she ends it with a stunning punch. There, flashy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get back here. I'm going to refresh. They're all over the place. Now we're going to go ahead and open with her third skill, which is the untouchable power.
Immunity.
Whoa.
She gives again
Whoa.
several more punches and kicks, and then dashes from behind. And you notice the enemies are actually left in
2-second immunity.
Because they're so stunned.
Yeah. Well, actually, believe it or not, they actually are stunned. Actually, there some stats that come with that are stunned, silence.
Yes.
In addition, that also grants you a little brief bit of immunity there. All right, so we're done with that skill. Let's move over on to our.
Hey, Franklin, what's up? Yeah.
Fourth skill, which is a bit interesting. So let's take a look at this. So if you notice what she does, she actually kicks I believe she kicks the ground up first, or she throws it up, and she just pummels them to death. As
that's pretty cool.
Like the concrete actually falls into a little bit of tiny pieces and rains it down on them, and then finally takes the last piece and then slams it down. This is referred to as the meteoric slam.
I wonder if that's a skill you can cancel. Let's see, attack buff there.
Only stuns the enemies, as what happens when you're.
She's got an attack buff on that skill.
In the face with a street, but also it also gives you a little bit of an attack.
Along with that passive, that's pretty cool.
I like how she whittles it down.
Next is her fifth skill, which is the forceful suppression. Now this is actually a defense down skill. So not only will this decrease your enemy's defense, it also increases your overall attack, defense, speed, and critical stats. Alright, so it does it for her fifth skill, but like I said, she has 6 skills. And usually, what follows up with that? She, of course, has an awakening skill, as of course you would have seen in the teaser. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Oh, yeah.
She summons her defending allies. Everybody shows up. You have Luke Cage, you got Iron Fist. All the defenders are here, or most of the defenders are here. Let's take a look at that one more time.
Love that body slam.
Yep, like I said, she summons her heroic allies, causing enemies to not only be paralyzed, removes removes any debuffs, while also buffing yourselves overall.
I think they got the SFX off.
And that does
That's what it looks like.
Jones. I just like watching it. Let's take a look at it.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
maybe not.
One more.
And we are going to see a little again, of course, because a couple other characters received awakened skills. But like I said, we'll go over that. Anyway, so that does it for just.
We'll see if we can awaken that thing early.
To that. And
we can cancel any of these skills.
You guys can go ahead and leave in the comments what you guys think of her current skill set and uniform.
Very cool.
Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. Look, of course, her love interest. That is Luke Cage. This is Luke Cage in
Luke
her
looks pretty hot.
Uptown uniform.
Oh
What
yeah.
can you tell us about the Uptown uniform?
Well, it does involve Luke Cage's classic yellow. However, this is the uniform he was wearing notably in Power Man and Iron Fist, which came out in 2016. It's a classic Heroes for Hire tale with old friends, crime, magic, punching, and bromances.
Romances and punching. That sums up the Luke Cage in general. Okay.
All the things I like.
So again, because it's in uniform, we have a couple of passive skill increases as well. So passive skill increases have been changed for his Unbreakable skill, his Power Man skill, and his Heroes for Hire. For example, for Power Man, in addition to, of course, his usual reflecting damage set, he also gains an additional 30% increase to his health. And only that, for his Unbreakable passive skill, a different change would be when below 99%, he gains an HP percent increase to his HP, a little bit of recovery there. His Hero for Hire stat has been changed as well, but we don't have that information just yet, so you can look forward to that in the
hopefully one of these characters got as a support.
Let's move on to his actual skills.
Active skills.
Luke Cage might. We'll see.
Nice entrance.
Dynamic entrance. Of course, again, Brawler combat character. Open up with skill number 1, which is the Stone Plate Swing.
Whoa.
Again, one thing I love about all the defenders, they literally use the street. They literally use the street.
They're from
to
the
defend
streets, and you're gonna know it.
And of course, leaves the enemy stunned as you do. Next up is the Hard Fist, because it's a punch from Luke Cage. I would assume it's a very hard. It's very hard fist. So there you go. No additional stats that come with that. Next, we're going to use the warming up. Again, not necessarily attack, it's merely just a buff. And what comes with this buff, not only do you gain a little bit of a damage immunity, it also increases your overall attack buff. And not only that,
Gives you immunity.
Warm up for true
Hopefully
damage.
he's got some good super armor.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm going to move on to our friends over here. They look lonely.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
we're gonna
do.
open up
Want to
with
give them a
skill
hug?
Number 4. Oh, I don't think they want a hug.
Some all defense down. Okay.
This skill is actually referred to as the ground crash. You see, it opens up and it just slams it down.
Oh, that's why it's called.
Again, this is actually another defense down attack. So what this attack actually does, not only does it, remove. Sorry, give me a brief moment here.
Nice.
It's actually, incapacitates enemies. Like I said, a lot of info. It's hard to keep track with everything. Again, so this is a skill that actually incapacitates foes, causing them to removes a bit of the target's buffs, while also again decreasing their enemy's overall defense.
Very cool.
So Diddy, I'm gonna go ahead and refresh, get the group all together again. Skill number 5 is the violent charge.
I saw immunity or no invincibility.
Punches. Take a look at that
So he's
again.
got immunity and invincibility and skill, so he's gonna have a lot of survivability. And a
So
heal.
Diddy also, again, as a defense down attack. Not only that, also, let's see. Again, yeah, fun times for all.
I mean, typical Luke Cage.
And be stunned,
Punching.
while also penetrating their defense. And of course, again,
Very good.
he has a little, of course, as you can see, has a 6th skill. Let's go ahead and test it out.
Yep.
Let's do it on this one loner over here.
Seems fair.
Again, this attack offers the same buffs same buffs and overall stats as Jessica Jones's skill. The only difference is it's that little ending little attack where he actually, if you see him watching closely, he actually jumps in the air, gives him a nice little body slam just to end it. No survivors at the end of this attack.
The body slam's my favorite.
I didn't see any all defense down on the awaken skill.
Now with that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to Iron Fist.
All right.
Okay,
Iron
so
Fist looks
has
amazing.
A new uniform, and I believe if I get the name of this correct, what is the name of this uniform, Kim?
You don't have it in front of you?
I do actually. It's the living weapon. I just wanted to test. Test your skills there. So this is the living weapon uniform, which is a new uniform.
Nice
What can you tell
one,
us
nice
overall?
one.
Well, I will say that while I did mention Power Man and Iron Fist earlier for Luke Cage, this is an original uniform. This does not appear in the comic or any other comics. It's unique.
That's right. And of course, with the uniform, I'm going to go ahead and briefly review some of his passive skills. So an effect was changed. So it's some effects. So this actually has five new skills. And for his uniform effect, a change has been made to his charging chi, power of Shao Lao. Really hope I'm pronouncing that correct. And also the heart of Shao Lao. For example, for the charging chi passive skill, it increases his skill and bonus damage by up to 25%, while also again keeping the normal the current present skills like stats that go along with his passive skill.
Love that active fighting stance.
Yes, I would say he's very animated. He's prepared for anything, as you have to do when you're the defender of Kung Lao. And also we have power of Shao Lao, which offers a 10% chance so there's a 10% chance while attacking to actually guarantee you a 30% buff to your overall attack, which is different from his original skill, which actually
Iron Fist is ready to get at it, man.
critical rate.
Cool.
And lastly, for the heart of Shao Lao, again, that is also a leader skill. We don't have that skill information just yet, but again, that's something to look forward to in the actual patch notes. So now let's move on to his skills.
Yeah.
So he, of course, has 5 new skills that come with the uniform. The first skill is not a new skill. This is just the chi of Flying Crane. Just looks nice all the time. Gives a little kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Skill that
That's
you'll
pretty
skip.
big for skill 1.
Skill 1, of course. And also, that's not even the new skill. Now we're going to move on to the new skills, which is the Infinite Chain Hit. Interesting name. Take a look one more time. Let's get these guys over here.
Yeah. Get him in a roll.
Yep, this is an energy attack that actually causes paralysis.
Full.
Sweet. Next
Nice,
is skill
nice,
3,
nice.
which is the Chi Flow. Can move up.
Damage
closer.
accumulation,
This is another buff
immunity.
attack. We'll call
Yeah.
attack more just
Like his
as a
buddy.
buff. Yeah. This actually increases your energy attack by 30%, while also granting you.
That's a
immunity
skill you'll be able to
to
cancel,
true
so-
damage. So he's all set to go. So next up is skill 4.
An attack buff too
This
on
is
it.
referred to as Shao Lao's Wrath. Take a look at
Okay.
it one more time. And you see Spirit of Shao just comes up. Again, really hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly.
It's there and it's wrathful. I love that.
This is another
tail
energy
curl.
attack that causes burn damage,
Yeah.
but also again decreasing your enemy's defense. That's always a useful perk stat that's always useful. Again, anything relating to defense down. Okay, well, these guys over here look lonely, so I'm going to go and test the 5th skill on them.
Okay.
Whoa.
That's a lot of fists. I just also like the
Ooh.
little blast effect. Take a
That's
look
pretty
at
cool.
this angle. This is
Whoa.
referred to as the Immortal attack.
That was pretty cool.
Yep, it's called the Immortal
I like
attack.
it.
It's the Immortal attack.
It's very
This
bright.
is another energy attack that also grants silence while also penetrating your armor.
Oh, silence, eh?
Their shield and their overall armor. Now, let's see what the one we've been waiting for. We want to see the Awakening skill. This is Awakening skill, referred to as the Immortal Chi Strike.
You think this uniform would be best? It might.
Allies to come again. Then ends and then Shao comes again.
Whoa.
That's pretty cool. I do
This
like the
helpful
dragon
attack
coming
actually,
at the
again,
end.
As I mentioned in the previous skills, again, it actually removes debuffs while also granting a buff to your overall critical and defensive skills. While of course also ending with the Spirit of Shao ending the attack. That is the 5th skill. I just want to see that one again. And then lastly, we're going to end it again
Pretty cool.
with the final attack, the Awakening skill.
Look for all
He's just
defense. I don't see
charging
any
up.
all defense down on that awakened skill.
Good to go.
Yeah.
And of course, the developers are gracious
Yeah, I
enough
didn't
to
see it.
actually give us some
Nothing.
tips as well. So,
Wow.
Some final tips they
is
granted us
interesting.
with Iron Fist, where they said to use skill 3 with the buff, which we mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
before.
3
Also
cancel.
decreases enemies' defense using skill 4. And their overall recommended combo are skills 3, 4, and 5. So let's open up again. Get
So
that
maybe you
buff,
can cancel.
give them make use of that debuff in the 4th skill, then end it with the 5th skill.
Maybe you can cancel that 4 skill then.
And there you go. That has it for all the new uniforms for some of the characters. But again, we have a couple other things to move on to. Kim, what do you say?
Let's look at our new character.
That's right.
Oh,
So again, we have a new
Icarus.
character, not from the streets necessarily. So this is character.
No, he's not from the streets, no.
And that is Icarus. Kim, what can you tell us about Icarus?
So Icarus is an Eternal, and as you might guess, the Eternals
Icarus
are
looks pretty
very
cool.
long-lived. They are practically immortal, and they all have amazing superpowers. Icarus, being the leader, has a few extra special moves up his sleeve, and he has been in existence as part of human history for a very, very long time.
That's right. So a little brief thing about Icarus, of course. Now he is a universal character. For those of you who wanted to know what character
that's
he would end
good.
up being, he has a couple passive skills. So passive skills, would, for example, are a couple we have listed here are Eternal Rebirth. This grants you super armor, will also do a little bit of a defense buff, and that when you are below 99% health, he actually gains a 4% recovery based on his max HP. Also, we have for his T2
Deal.
passive skill, we have Cosmic Endurance. This grants a little bit of a buff to your skill and bonus damage, while also decreasing damage received to you by 30%. So that's I think that's pretty useful buff once you get him to T2. So little.
Hal, Shao, what's up, man? How you
He's
doing?
the leader of the Eternals. He's gotta do it
Yeah,
up.
he's non-native tier 3,
Live up to that
so
reputation. So let's take a
Yep.
look at his.
some
actions.
people like that, some people won't.
All right, take a look at his.
Yeah, he doesn't have an awakened skill or nothing like that, so
His enemies.
he's going to be a forgotten about character
Skill
probably
one.
more
This
than
is the
likely.
Warrior's Fist.
They'll save his awakening or tier 3 probably for the
Nice.
Eternal
This
update.
attack, this is an energy
whenever the
based
movie
attack.
comes
This
out.
Also stuns and incapacitates your foes. Also a little bit of a silence there too. Next up is skill 2. This is referred to as the Hero's Advance.
MFF, you don't know
So
how
see
this
there,
works?
Enemies are actually left a bit of a burn stat, while also
Could be a
also
mid-month tier
percentage
3,
of
that's
their
true.
targets their target's overall dodge rate. Not defense.
I like how this
dodge rate.
looks because Icarus is actually notable for being especially fast among Eternals.
And get these guys with another third attack. Third attack is the Salvation Blow. Again, you see a lot of burn damage used in these skills. It also grants you damage immunity while also being able to accumulate true damage, similar to the other heroes that we mentioned earlier in the stream. Let's hit him with the fourth skill. This is the Eternal Blast. This is an attack that causes
Please do
paralysis, as you
expert
can see
guild
there,
raid.
while also decreasing the enemy's defenses. I'm also granting you a little bit of invincibility as well. I think these guys have had enough. Let's take a look at these guys over here.
Are you having problems with it?
Has a little something special for you. This is his fifth skill, which is the Surging Anger skill. Again, he's moving to and through about. Again, this is another burning theme attack. Again, decreases enemies' defense while also penetrating their overall defense.
Oh, I see.
Check it again. I believe it also causes stun and fear.
I can do that, buddy.
He seems mad.
It makes sense. I mean, again, if you make an Eternal angry,
I usually check expert mode or whatever to make
Yeah,
sure
I'd be
that
scared.
yeah, I would be.
guild
most
gets to
people
clear.
should be. Anyway, that does it for the new character for Icarus. But I do believe we have something more.
Do we?
We do. Let me go ahead and move on to the character which you've all been waiting for. Again, the streets have been. He's heard of the cries for justice, and now he's ready with a new look and a little something more. Let's move on.
Cool. Welcoming Lunatic.
That's right.
Now, he looks
This uniform looks awesome.
Kim, what can you tell us about this uniform in particular?
Well, this uniform is from a specific comic line I will tell you a little bit about later, but it is called Fall from Grace, and in it, Daredevil needs a new reinforced uniform, and he ends up building this, making it all himself, but with stronger materials for the different foes he is going to face in it. And it was a very iconic look from when it was made in the 90s.
That's right. Yeah, like I said, definitely is different. I do like.
I see Alice Shaw. Yeah.
Higher defense looks like for his for the
You don't have Elizabeth?
But let's go ahead and talk about more about his passive skills. So he only has one little skill change that goes for his passive skill, referred to as the Radar Sense. So instead of the dodge rate increase that was seen in his in his earlier uniforms, it's changed to have looks like an ignore target dodge rate has increased by 70%. He also, other than that, he also gets a 5% increase to his 50% increase to his recovery when dodging.
Ooh.
So something to look forward to.
Nice little
So
heal.
that goes for his passive skills. Let's move on to what we really want to see, and those are those skills in action.
Come on, let's see these skills. Come on.
Yeah, let's get people.
Don't disappoint.
Making himself known.
Mm-hmm. We're all together. All right. Let's open up.
I
skill
see
number
Alice Shaw. I see.
Nice.
This is referred to as the brutal slash.
Yeah.
And basic attack again, just simple.
You'll
but
skip
effective.
that
It leaves the
skill.
enemy stunned. Do it one more time. Sweet. All right, this is skill number 2. This is criminal extraction. So if you notice a little stat there, let's take a look at that one more time. Enemies are actually left stunned and also blind. I'm sorry, this will bind them together. Next, skill 3 is called sensory focus.
Immunity,
This is
damage
actually a counter skill. Notice
accumulation.
he kind of pauses for a brief moment. This again, like I said, mentioned this. Is
Nice skill you'll be able to
like, even in the
cancel.
event he wasn't attacked, he still ends up attacking. I'm actually going to go ahead and.
Yeah, they are Alice Shaw, yeah.
Right.
Well, both games are from Netmarble.
Okay, so we'll make this skill actually effective. That again, this is as I mentioned, this is a counter skill, but also causes paralysis, fracture, and again, and as he's holding his stance there, it actually helps to accumulate true damage, and again, he gets to deal more damage based off the damage that he's been receiving.
Very
Very
good.
useful skill. And then turn off AI because we don't want the visuals to be ruined by all him and his.
All those
his-
pupils.
Yeah, Alice Shaw,
Yeah.
they're both
Section of
Netmarble
skills
made.
is referred to as Fallen Retaliation, which sounds similar to the title you mentioned, which is for his uniform referred to as Fall from Grace. Let's take a look at that one more time, where he uses the staff. Yeah, it's fine. Sorry, I just
See
like
the
that.
all defense
This little stat
down.
that also again decreases your enemy's defense while buffing
See
your overall
invincibility.
stats, while
So he's got
guaranteeing,
immunity and invincibility, so he's got way better survivability. See attack up there?
There's just a lot going on.
It is. If you notice, he
Pretty
actually
cool.
brings all the enemies in, and then if you notice, they all spread out a bit. So, fun times. You gather them a little bit one more time.
No, Alice Shaw, no, I don't think so.
Get our
No, free to
friends
play can do
gathered
fairly
together.
well in the game.
Okay.
They're not gonna do as well as a whale, but they can
This
still do
skill-
pretty
this
good.
T3 skill is ready, which we'll go into that in just a moment. We'll take a look at the fifth skill, as I mentioned. This is referred to as the staff strike. I'm gonna do it again on these guys over here. This is another defense down attack, causing fracture while incapacitating foes, while again also removing
A little
buff.
slow mo there.
Solid.
So again, these skills, they're all fine and dandy, but we know what you really want to see. You want to see his T3 skill, which is always fun.
We
And what better
know
way
what
to
you
name
Even
paid
Cage
for.
is skipping
Yeah,
on
we
the
know why you're
regular
here.
skills.
Let's take it out. Let's take it out. This is Final Punishment.
Nice. Ah!
So for those of
Cool.
you who read the comics, of course, you'll notice a little callback. You see just the way like again, everything is kind of dark. You see things that are similar to his vision. We're gonna go ahead and warm
It's how
up.
he
Pretty cool.
senses things.
Yes, we're gonna go ahead and warm up.
We all
here
know
so
he's
can see it
blind,
again.
but this is his. It's really cool because that's how it's typically depicted in comics. Is that particular look?
That's right. So let me go ahead and, so we're all ready. So we're going to go ahead and use our T3 skill one more time as I go ahead and go over the stats. So it makes this skill interesting. So not only does it silence foes, foes have a 100% attack of missing you for a brief amount of time, while at the same time you have a 100% chance of going past their their overall dodge rate. Of course, it grants you 40% attack, it gives you 40% buff to one of your attacks. And again, overall, it's just a fun attack. Visually, it's fantastic. Again, enemies can't hit you for a good set amount of time.
He's got the
and their
100% ignore
rate
dodge
is
on his
ignored,
tier 3.
100% for a brief amount of time as well.
Hopefully it charges up fast like
Overall, again,
Ghost
visually, it's just
Riders.
fun. I love the callback to the comic. I love that iconic over-the-shoulder pose as well. It's great.
Yeah. Classic man without fear pose.
That's right. And that does it for the new characters.
All right, that was awesome. Thank you, Cage.
Tier 3 is
So, of
pretty
course,
cool. I
There's a little
like
bit of
it.
something extra we have. So, of course, this wasn't teased in the initial teasers, but we do have something else that.
Ooh, we got
developers
something
want
extra.
to show you.
Ooh,
We're gonna go
we
ahead
like
and do this.
surprises.
So,
Hopefully.
before I get into it, I'm just going to slowly get into the game mode. So, a new feature, or not a feature, an updated feature has been added to World Boss Legend. Now, we
Say
all know
what?
Noel's quite challenging, right? So maybe some of you think, no, it's not challenging enough, or hey, I want a little bit more diversity. Well, we will say a new challenge has been added to World Boss Ultimate, a rather hellish challenge.
We do want
So
more
that's
diversity.
because a new boss has been added to World
What?
Boss Ultimate. And for those of you who
A
haven't picked up,
diabolical one.
What?
and for those of you who haven't skipped ahead and can see within the
Oh!
Mephisto has been added to World Boss Legend.
Yeah!
So, heads up, I'm gonna get my butt kicked because we've just been given this this feature. I have had notes.
So guys, we know he's going to be coming as a character
You
now.
haven't
We know what's going to
practiced
happen.
this.
Well, not
could
only have I
go
practiced,
so
I have
We know
no
what's gonna
clue
happen.
whatsoever.
Oh, this is so
I have
sweet.
comic cards,
Yes,
good
thank
gear,
you.
No CTP. I'm gonna get my butt kicked, but the developers were.
What's up, Jackie? Yes, thank you,
We're excited to show
man.
you this. You're not only gonna see my butt get kicked, you're gonna see.
Oh, God.
Mephisto. So let's check it out.
You know what I want to see.
Yep.
So just gonna see if I can edit some of the new characters.
Oh,
in there as
Mephisto, another native tier
All
3.
Now,
See if I can get
before we
Icarus
razz
in there.
Cage, just know he doesn't have the extra help he normally would have equipped.
well. Am I blind? Where's Icarus?
Really, Mephisto should be a universal, but it is what it is.
Get Luke Cage in there.
I'm just happy that we got a new boss.
Started.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
You got your strategy set?
No strategy. We're just gonna dive right in.
Oh no!
I can already
Oh
tell
my
the
God,
players are
that's so
raging just by the
sweet,
fact that
man.
all
Thank
my
you.
strikers are garbage, but like I said, we're here for your entertainment.
You know, this is for you to beat later. That's your feature.
Cool.
And you see
Audience.
Mephisto. All right.
Oh
Some of
man,
the
look at his life
skill
bar.
provided
That's
by-
pretty cool.
Granted by the developers, so
Provided?
we're using skill 3.
Okay.
Get some skill 4 and then his 5th skill in there. So I can get at least his T3 active.
All right. You're not dead yet. There's still hope.
Interesting.
This is a horrendous idea.
You just, you have to be okay with
Let's get that count.
failing a little bit, because being bad at things is the first step at being good at them.
That's true. I don't think the fans will agree. But- okay, let's get that T3 going.
Did you guys notice Daredevil's got a hell of a long
Listen,
cooldown on his
Cage
skills?
is human like us.
I hope that's
not
card
maternal.
sets.
He's not
Oh
a
my God.
defender.
This is very different.
Wow, that's
He's
pretty
just a man
cool. I
doing
like
his
this.
best.
Something special.
I like the
Notice there's a
view.
bit- There are these circles here, so you actually do want to get on these circles because if you get on these circles in time, the special
What?
guest will join, and if you can see if he shows up, yep, Doctor Strange is going to come in and help me out.
Yay!
It's always Doctor Strange helping out.
Doctor Strange, get your foe.
He helped me out for a little bit, but I'm honestly very surprised. I have like very little way in terms of to defeat him.
Come
But
on,
Daredevil
you got
held his own. I
this.
don't think I have any good I don't have anything. Oh, he tried. All right,
Oh,
Jessica.
well, here's
can
Jewel.
you save me? All right. Now, if I do recall, if I can survive long enough, I do believe I have Jessica Jones's combo, and I hope I can reveal that as I'm trying to survive. Oh, move. Oh, yeah, she says she's still alive.
Let's see.
So
Okay.
if you fail to activate all the magic circles in time, something bad happens.
Yeah, I believe that skill will do a lot more
You will be
damage.
killed
Yes.
by rage attack.
So I'm trying to get Jessica to live long enough so I can also read my notes and also try to give off the combo at the same time. Okay, let's try this. Get the Awakening skill. So the developers gave us their combo. They recommend opening up with skill 3, so you can get that buff, and also her skill 4 and works as a debuff, as we mentioned before. So recommended skill combo. She died.
Oh,
I'm looking up
she
the combo.
died.
For those of you who are watching, her good recommended skill combo are 3, 4, 5.
Get
1,
on
and
those
2.
circles.
I'm not paying attention.
Get on the
Okay,
circles.
get in the circles. All right. Nope. All right. So we'll find out what
Oh
happens.
no!
So
Here comes the instant death.
if you notice,
Yep.
didn't make the circles in time. Mephisto wiped the floor with me. So get on those circles. So,
Wow.
So let me go ahead and review briefly the
Okay,
notes.
so here's some tips.
Okay, go ahead and please share the tips for me.
When Mephisto gets hit, his rage gauge accumulates, and when it's full, he will cast Rage Attack. Rage Attack will kill you.
Ah,
Or can kill
let's
you.
see.
And also the
I
fight
see.
consists of a total of 3 different phases. Mephisto actually changes within each of these phases. And of course, when he changes on these different phases, of course, the attack pattern changes as well. So this is going to cause a lot of strategic thinking that you're going to have to do, and finding out which characters work, which skills, combos, and stuff. Basically, yeah, the whole everything. So we look for, again, I got my butt kicked. I guarantee plenty of you can do infinitely better than the stuff I currently had going on here. So we look forward to seeing you guys play. Go ahead and share it, on Facebook. Show us what you can do. I guarantee you guys will do a lot better. So we look forward to seeing it.
Yeah, Empress
You
looks
gotta
pretty
come to these
decent.
prepared. You cannot face Mephisto with no plan.
Don't do what Cage did.
His costume
No,
looks
don't
awesome.
do
Cage,
this.
don't do what this Cage did.
But just remember, those circles are important.
Again, that does it for some of the new features for the V6. I'm sorry, my tech guy is eyeing me right now. Apparently, I'm slamming the table too hard. I apologize for that. For those of you who's hearing, I may have damage. Apologize. Keep my hands raised. So that does it for the feature for the V690 update. We have again.
That's
new
so
uniforms,
cool, man. New
character
World Boss
with Icarus
Legend.
from the Eternals. Daredevil has received his T3, and we have a new update going.
Oh,
out for
man, that's
V690,
awesome.
And that
Thank
is
God.
Mephisto for World Boss Legend. There you go.
Can't call it Marvel Null Fight no more.
Well,